A lot of people would love to see Cristiano Ronaldo wearing an FC Dallas jersey, including myself. Do you see Cristiano Ronaldo ever joining an MLS team?
A lot of things to experience, but please try the barbecue. We're known for it. There is a chance in the quarterfinals that it will be Ronaldo against Messi in Kansas City. And I mean, I can't even fathom what that might be like, because for one of them, it'll be their last World Cup match ever.
Welcome to a brand new episode of Karina Yapor Fierce Talks. The countdown to the largest FIFA World Cup in history is officially underway. This summer, the United States, Mexico, and Canada will host a record 48 nations, 104 matches, and millions of fans in what FIFA expects to become the biggest sporting event ever staged. And right at the center of it all, North Texas. Dallas will host more matches than any other city in the tournament, 9 total, including a World Cup semifinal. Today, I have the honor to be joined by Dan Hunt, owner of the FC Dallas and one of the men who has helped build North Texas into one of the most important soccer regions in America. Dan, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me today.
It's great. Well, Dallas will host more matches than any other World Cup city in 2026, including a semifinal. How big of a statement is that for North Texas on the global sports stage?
I mean, you just said it, global. Dallas is a global city, and we all know this living here. There's no secret. But this is really, I think, our coming out party, announcing to the world that this is not just a great business city, this is a great sports city, truly a global community now. So this is incredibly exciting to host 9 matches.
I know. Well, FIFA could have held these matches anywhere in the region. Why do you think Dallas emerged as one of the centerpieces of this tournament?
Well, if you think about Dallas, the soccer history is so rich. It dates all the way back to the Dallas Tornado. My father started in 1966. And those players stayed in the market and created this robust youth program. I mean, so many great soccer players come from, Dallas that play for the U.S. youth national team, senior national team, Mexican youth national teams. We've even had a World Cup winner at one point for Mexico in the U17 national team program. But now FC Dallas and what we've done there and the rich soccer history. And I mean, we may have as many as 4 or 5 FC Dallas products playing for the U.S. men's national team this World Cup.
That's wonderful. When your family invested in soccer in the United States decades ago, did you ever imagine that the country could reach this level in the sport?
You dream, right? My father was such a thoughtful investor and was such a believer in growing games. You saw what happened in football, right? And at the time when he started the Dallas Texans, there were only 13 NFL teams. And now you look up, it's 32. It's the strongest league maybe in the entire world, if you look at it from an economic standpoint. And then, soccer was truly the underdog. But my dad loved the underdog. Unfortunately, the North American Soccer League went out of business. But then he founded Major League Soccer in 1996 on the heels of the 94 World Cup. It was 10 teams then. Today, it's 30 teams with 30 owners.
Wow. What do you think your dad, Lamar Hunt, will feel seeing Dallas hosting the FIFA World Cup 2026?
He was so proud to be the chairman of the 94 World Cup here in Dallas, and so proud to bring it to the United States, because he started going to World Cups back in the early 70s. And so he had this love affair with the game. I think he would be, if anything, honored and surprised to see what World Cup 2026 is. You said it, 48 teams, 104 matches, and we have 9 here. And maybe the biggest thing outside of that is the International Broadcast Center.
Absolutely. All eyeballs will be in North Texas because of the efforts of your family. I mean, let's say it clear. When nobody really believed that soccer could be something, they were focused in basketball, baseball, football. You and your family trusted the process and invested in this. And that's why we're seeing Dallas becoming the stage center of this massive event.
Yeah, it was an investment. The McNutt family was also the partner. It's not a very well-known fact in the Dallas Tornado, and Mr. McNutt, Bob actually owns Mi Cocina with partners now as part of the M Crowd, and their love for the game of soccer. There's always these untold stories where people made an investment, made an effort, but you see just how rich the soccer fabric is here, and it's not just domestic fans, international fans here too. You see the passion of the Mexican fans here. They have for the national team. Yes. They have for the league. Of course. I mean, this really is a melting pot of great soccer.
Absolutely. You were telling me before we started that you got to experience the World Cup in 1986 in Mexico City. Tell me about that experience.
Yeah, I mean, that was my first World Cup in '86, and that's really when I fell in love with the game of soccer. Seeing the passion of the Mexican fans. I have so many vivid memories, but this is what really stands out to me. That tournament was supposed to be in Colombia, and because the cartels had overrun Colombia and the stadiums weren't ready, they moved it to Mexico, which Mexico City had had the terrible earthquakes in 1985. And to see a nation rally around that event and how they supported everything and how they supported their national team, the sense of pride for it, that's really, I fell in love with the game at that moment in time, and really fell in love with Mexico then too.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And yeah, Estadio Azteca is one of the most powerful places to play the sport, the soccer. Football, how we call it in Spanish, right? I mean, here in America is the only place that we call it soccer, but it's a great sport, definitely. What opportunities does the United States have with the 2026 World Cup that many people are still underestimating?
Yeah, look, I think it's going to really grow the game. It's going to happen. I think you're going to actually get generations of players that say, I want to go do that. I want to play for my hometown club, FC Dallas. I want to work my way through, and I want to play for the national team program. So I think we'll continue to get top talents. Maybe the biggest thing, though, they say is domestic leagues attendance increases by 30% after World Cups that they host. And we saw in Argentina, after they won the World Cup in 2022, a lot of their first and second division games were sold out after that. So we hope for that energy for MLS, for all soccer, to get that fan support. And then, we hope that we develop the next superstar, the next Lionel Messi.
Hopefully. And actually, FC Dallas has focused a lot on that, on developing new talents. Why did you decide to invest in youth?
Yeah, I mean, it is the way the rest of the world does it. So many clubs, 95% of clubs develop their own talent. And we knew we had a talent-rich market, right? The population is big, it's diverse, and people focus on athletics here. I mean, it's not just soccer, football, basketball, baseball. You pick the sport. Parents are willing to invest in their time, and so my brother Clark and I are traditionalists, and we knew we could develop top U.S. talent, and we're also seeing it at the Mexican national team and other nations as well, where these youth players are playing for their respective countries. But we knew that was the model that was going to carry FC Dallas forward. And look, we're only as strong as a strong U.S. national team program. Our nation, for the non-soccer fans, they're going to look at that first. And if we have a strong program, they're going to say, well, I should support our domestic league. And so it's really, you hear the analogy chicken or egg, which one it is, but we're here to grow the game. And the best way to do that is by developing young talent.
Absolutely. I agree with you. We have to go to a quick break. We're just getting started. A lot of people would love to see Cristiano Ronaldo wearing an FC Dallas jersey, including myself. Do you see Cristiano Ronaldo ever joining an MLS team? More on the road to FIFA World Cup 2026 after the break. Welcome back. Let's continue our conversation about the future of soccer in America. Dan, what's the biggest difference between soccer fans today and the fans you saw 20 years ago?
All right, well, let's go all the way back to 1994. I'm not even sure they knew the World Cup was here until it actually arrived. Today, 99.8% of all fans know that the World Cup is coming. The level of sophistication is so different. They understand the game. They're passionate about it. They have teams they love. I mean, if you go all the way back to 94, I'm not sure a lot of fans could have told you an international team at the time. And I grew up in an era where Soccer America was a big deal. And so that's how, I got my education. Plus, my parents were so familiar with the global game. But for most fans, it was a novelty.
I know. You were telling me that this person just told you about a soccer team that you didn't expect to hear from Morocco, right? Like,
yeah. So it was really actually refreshing and nice to see. I was having lunch yesterday, and a guy started talking World Cup with me, which it happens a lot, but it caught me a little bit off guard. And I said, well, who's your team? And I thought he was going to say, well, Mexico or Colombia or, one of the South American teams in the tournament, Argentina, with this player Messi that is a pretty good player. And he started with, I think Morocco is going to be incredibly dangerous. And then his reasoning was because of how defensively solid they are, players playing at top clubs. And so his knowledge, and then he went to Colombia.
Wow.
And started talking about them and the star players there. So it's just so fun. And I look forward to having so many more of these conversations. The passion is just so different than any other sport.
Of course. And we were talking in the previous segment what it took for us to get to enjoy this moment, and a lot has to do with what you have done. But I want to ask you about those moments. Was there a specific player or moment when you thought, okay, this is really working?
I don't know that because it's a totality of so many years of this. I mean, you could look back and say Pelé in the old NASL, and then David Beckham, and then Lionel Messi in Major League Soccer, and even now, if you look at FC Dallas, Petar Musa, star of Croatia, one of the stars of Croatia, plays right here, one of the best players in the entire league, and we have him right here at FC Dallas. It's so exciting, and what that means in this market to have a guy who could be representing the country. And we also have two more, Herman Johansson for Sweden and Dietzen for Haiti. I don't know that there's ever been a moment where you say that it was that sort of aha moment where the league took a big jump forward outside of some of those star players. It's been kind of a gradual growing game. And as a result, then you see, where we are today with 30 teams, and, many markets want to join MLS.
Yes, no, absolutely. But you were so visionary at the moment. That's undeniable. So when we think of this World Cup, we're talking about a tournament that could feature the final World Cup appearance of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. How extraordinary is it that American fans may get to witness that history here at home?
Yeah, you can only dream of something like that, and to have them. And obviously, we'll get to have two Messi games here in Dallas at AT&T Stadium, and Ronaldo will be playing in other markets. But there is a chance in the quarterfinals that it will be Ronaldo against Messi in Kansas City. And I mean, I can't even fathom what that might be like, because for one of them, it'll be their last World Cup match ever. And so, and that drama, and they've never played each other before. And so
let's wish for that.
No, we have to wish for it, because that's the fairy tale of what it is. You'd love for them to play each other in the final, but there's so many great players in this tournament. I mean, you want to talk about Kylian Mbappe? I mean,
exactly.
I mean, what a star he
Of
is, and we see hopefully Yamal will be fine for Spain. I mean, it's just, we have generations of great players playing in this tournament. And the beauty of it is, with 48 teams now, we've got 16 more than prior World Cups.
Yeah.
So many people who missed their chance.
Yes.
And now, it's on the global stage, and we get to enjoy it.
Absolutely. And actually, there's already tremendous speculation about which superstars could play here in Dallas. Messi, Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., Pulisic. How important is it for FIFA to have a host city capable of delivering that big event atmosphere?
Yeah, I mean, AT&T Stadium is one of the greatest stadiums in the world, right? I mean, we get to see it from an NFL standpoint. I'm so proud. My brother is actually the chairman of the Kansas City bid, and we get to host at Arrowhead 6 matches, another iconic sports venue. These fans are coming to the greatest sporting venues anywhere in the world, and we get to show off the different things that make each one of them so special, the special elements. And you're right, you said it, Messi here twice. I mean, you've got Harry Kane coming from England. Obviously, FC Dallas is Petar Musa for Croatia, Virgil van Dijk at Holland. All these players are playing in Dallas. We get to have them. And, even bigger than that, though, is these national teams and the fandom. I mean, we hear the interest for the Japanese national team, which we'll have twice here. That's amazing. They will potentially play against, or they're playing Sweden, hopefully Herman Johansson from FC Dallas again. How special would it be to have two FC Dallas players representing their country at AT&T Stadium?
That's something that we never seen before, and it's magical. It is, really. So, well, ticket demand has already reached historic levels, with FIFA reporting hundreds of millions of requests from all over the world. A lot of fans are still trying to figure out how to attend matches, like myself. So what's your best advice for people hoping to experience the World Cup in person?
Yeah, first things first, get your FIFA fan ID. That's the most important. Go to FIFA.com, get your fan ID, because that's how you actually can get tickets and register them to yourself. There are still a few lotteries coming. Some general on sale are coming, and FIFA has a secondary market. Please don't buy tickets from second and third party sellers because they may be fraudulent tickets, because FIFA does not resell through second party and third party right now. They might, but buy through the FIFA.com marketplace there. That's the best place to get it. If you don't get game tickets, go to the FIFA Fan Fest. We have one at Fair Park. We're expecting between 30 and 50,000 people a day, and 96 of the 104 matches will be broadcast.
So that was actually my next question, because we know that matches will be incredible, but the World Cup is really a month-long global celebration. What kind of atmosphere should people expect across Dallas and North Texas, even if they don't have tickets to the matches?
Yeah, this is the biggest party for 39 days. It's like we have 9 Super Bowls here, and it doesn't slow down. That's the thing about the World Cup, is there are games every single day, and a lot of days there are 2 or 3 matches, and there's a celebration. It's so diverse, and I just encourage people in North Texas, show our visitors and our guests that Texas hospitality. Make them feel welcome. Again, this is the greatest commercial we could ever have. We're showing off Dallas as a global city, but it's a great place to live. It's a great place to do business. It's a great place to raise families. And so we want to encourage all of our guests to have a great Texas experience.
Absolutely. And I'm going to say something. If you're visiting North Texas, Dallas, you get to visit the National Soccer Hall of Fame, which is at the FC Dallas Stadium.
Yes, we're so proud to have it there. It opened in 2018, and so if you're looking for something to do, even if you just live here and not just a visitor, come see the National Soccer Hall of Fame. This is where we honor those that have given so much to the game in the past, present, and those that will give so much in the future, as we develop generations of players, coaches, and everybody associated with the game we love so much. We just had our induction ceremony last weekend. It was unbelievable how special it was.
That's great. So, Dan, do you expect some national teams to train in North Texas? And could some of those training sessions be open to the public?
Yes, so we have 2, and that was sort of the big final piece. 9 games, the IBC at the Kay Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center in downtown. We have Sweden at Toyota Stadium and Soccer Center, and then we have Czechia, or the Czech Republic, at our other stadium in Mansfield, which is opening this month. And so excited to have 2 national teams pick North Texas as their base camp.
That's going to be great. So for young American players, what does it mean, the possibility to watch the best players in the world training just a feet away?
Yeah, I mean, the beauty of the 2 base camps is that we'll have 1 open training session for Sweden and 1 open training session for Czechia. But look, I just enjoy the moment, enjoy the greatness, understand what it is, understand that this has been a lifetime of sacrifice. Actually, somebody recently I was with said it's a lifetime of an investment in yourself to get to that point.
Yes.
And understand that's what it takes to be that great. And look, soccer is a game we all love. It is a global game. I just hope people get to be parts of teams, enjoy the experience, fall in love with the game the way I do.
Absolutely. Well, Dan, you have a fan coming straight from Germany or Japan or any other country, and you have the task to show them what Texas is all about. What are 5 things they should experience?
Oh my goodness, 5 things. So you need to go to the Dallas Museum of Art. We have wonderful arts here, or the the Nasher. You could go do that too. They're right by each other. That'd be great. I'd encourage them to take in a Texas Rangers baseball game, Fort Worth Stockyards.
Must.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's a must
And
over there
barbecue, they
and
gotta
Fort
try
Worth.
barbecue.
Barbecue and obviously our margaritas. Maybe a Mi Casino margarita or Mambo Taxi. I encourage it. We have so many things to offer, though. I mean, it's so diverse. The arts are so rich in both Dallas and Fort Worth and throughout this community. The sports teams, the fandom, and maybe there's even a cutting horse show, I think, over in Fort Worth during this time. So a lot of things to experience, but, please, please, please try the barbecue. We're known for it.
Yes, exactly. Those are great things. So it's time for another little break. A lot of people would love to see Cristiano Ronaldo wearing an FC Dallas jersey, including myself. Do you see Cristiano Ronaldo ever joining an MLS team? But more with Dan Hunt when we come back. We're back. Thanks for staying with us. We're talking to Dan Hunt about this incredible event that Dallas is hosting, the World Cup 2026. Many people, Dan, says that the 1994 World Cup changed soccer in America forever. Could 2026 have a very bigger impact?
It's always hard to say, right? Because 94 launched Major League Soccer, which really catapulted us forward. But I think we're primed for this great opportunity. Again, soccer is now incredibly stable in this country. You have great teams in the league. The national team is inside the top 20, U.S. men's national team. I mean, I can remember my first World Cup in Mexico in '86. There was no U.S. We didn't qualify. Yes. '90, while we didn't play well, we did finally in the game against Italy, and that was our first one in 40 years, all the way back to 1950. We had, that was our last qualification. I think it will. I think the viewership is what we're really counting on, to show people that this is a sport they can love, they can follow, they can be proud of their domestic team, because if that viewership comes in the way we think it will, and also inspiring generations of players, then the game will really take off.
Absolutely. How much credit does the Hispanic community deserve for helping building the soccer culture that made this moment possible in Texas and across the country?
Yeah, look, the passion the Hispanic fans have for the game, and it's so diverse, from Mexico all the way down to, Argentina, Peru, Chile. I mean, there's been so many great players, so many great teams, but that enthusiasm for these teams out of Colombia over the years, I mean, I don't know, it would not be the same in this country, and they bring such energy to the stadiums. I mean, the Mexican national team has been here at AT&T Stadium a number of times, yes. And you see the enthusiasm for that. When Liga MX teams come and play MLS teams, and the energy around that, and then even in MLS stadiums, we have so many passionate Hispanic supporter groups, and it's really fun to watch.
Yes, I know. We are all excited, supporting our teams, and for sure, I think something that me as a Mexican American, of course, I love the tree, but I love the USA team as well, and that's something very unique, that we are able to cherish and cheer for the countries of our roots, but also for the country that gave us wings, like America has done with many of us, and I include myself with that.
No, it's the game, though, right? Because you can fall in love with other nations. We grew up as Brazil supporters when the U.S. wasn't in the World Cup, and the Dutch, and the fandom of those two countries. Again, I fell in love with soccer. My brother was playing college soccer at SMU at the time, but I fell in love with soccer in Mexico in 1986. I saw the passion, the love, and the pride that those fans had for the Mexican national team, and the energy around it. And I thought, man, this is something I want to play. This is something I want to be involved with. This is something I want to grow.
That's so beautiful. Well, Dan, Dallas has hosted Super Bowls, Final Fours, and major championship events. But is the World Cup on a completely different level? What is something people still don't fully understand about the true magnitude of a FIFA World Cup?
Yeah, I mean, here's a simple way to look at it, is that the average Super Bowl fan stays for just under 3 days. So whatever market it is, Dallas or wherever it is, the average World Cup fan stays for almost 10. So just think about the economic impact of that alone, and they're here, but the fandom is just so passionate, because not only do they love their country, but I think they love players from other countries. Usually when it's a Super Bowl, you're either one team or the other, and not a fan, or if you get a World Series or whatever. I'm so proud of our Texas Rangers a couple of years ago. That was so amazing.
Yes.
But there's more fandom, if you will, and because there are these moments that may never be replicated again, and you see such greatness, and I think that's why it's so different, and the energy that they have and the pride that they have for their country.
Yes, I agree. So what matchup would you personally love see played in Dallas?
To see the U.S. play in the semifinal would be unbelievable. That would be a dream come true. That would be a validation of a lot of hard work. I mean, USA-Mexico would be an unbelievable match to see.
Sure.
I don't know that the brackets will work out like that, but I think that'd be a great match.
Absolutely. So be honest with me, Dan. How jealous are you that New Jersey gets the final and not North Texas? And why do you think Texas would have been a better host for the final?
I mean, people always talk about Texas hospitality. They don't talk about New Jersey hospitality.
That's right.
Yeah,
Great point.
It was a tough one. Obviously, we worked so hard for this, and I'm so proud of everyone who was involved. I mean, Monica Paul at the Sports Commission, who's leading our group here. I mean, the way she has united the local governments, and these cities have come together. I think it's maybe the most unifying thing I've ever seen in North Texas, to see all the cities work together in such a positive manner. Yes, it's disappointing, right? But, we competed. We did a great job. And I'll just say this now. I'm looking forward to competing for the Women's World Cup final in 2031 to host it right here in Dallas.
That's awesome. That will be amazing. Hopefully we get it. So, hey, Dan. A lot of people would love to see Cristiano Ronaldo wearing an FC Dallas jersey, including myself. So let's make it happen, please.
I'm hoping he's here and he falls in love with Dallas. He'll be playing, I think, in Houston. I mean, he may have a game in Mexico, Kansas City if they advance. I'll have to go back and look at their bracket, but I'd invite him over for a skinny mambo and some barbecue.
I mean, but I'm talking about, do you see Cristiano Ronaldo ever joining an MLS team?
There was talk about it, and he's made a great career, throughout Europe and now in Saudi Arabia. His team has had a ton of success. I could see him finishing in Major League Soccer, maybe 1 year.
It has to be FC Dallas.
It has to be.
It has to be. FC Dallas.
Just so you know, there are a lot of people in your camp on that.
So 20 years from now, what do you hope people will say the 2026 World Cup change about soccer in the United States?
That it made the United States the winner of the World Cup, that it inspired the players that we needed to inspire the athletes, and also inspired the coaches to help lead these players. And that was the moment we could look back and say, the reason why the U.S. is winning the World Cup in 20 years from now is because of the World Cup in 2026.
Wow, that's beautiful. Hopefully we get to see that. And hopefully we get to see that sooner, for sure.
I'd take it sooner.
Right.
I'd take it in 4 or 8 years, but we've been known to be patient with these investments, and how much passion we have for the game, but where we have grown from to where we are today, but where we're going, it's going to be amazing.
Yes. Well, finally, do you believe this is the moment the United States truly becomes a soccer nation?
We're already a soccer nation. The reason I know this is because I see how big these domestic leagues are. You can't drive around anywhere without seeing every field full of kids playing soccer, adults playing soccer, the passion that people have for the U.S. national team program, the passion that they have for their home country. If they've come to the United States, you can't go to a restaurant now and not have a game on. We are a soccer nation. We are other sports also, and the way our sports system has been so different, but the United States is truly a soccer nation.
Yes, and thank you. Thank you for opening these opportunities for our children who love soccer like mine. So thank you so much, Dan. Dan, this was great. Really appreciate your time and your perspective. Thank you for being with us today.
No, thank you.
Well, the countdown to FIFA World Cup 2026 is officially on, and it's clear North Texas is going to be right at the heart of the global spotlight. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.